I want to share something with you guys it happened to me 2 days ago. I didn't even think about it to put up here, but I have to. I gotta share how real it is when God answers your prayers. And this is really for the weak. This is for those that doubt. This is for those that don't even know. God is so real. And He will move how He moves, not how nobody around you moves. My car was messing up. I took my son to school and my car messed up. As soon as I left, I pulled in front of business in the parking lot area. I didn't know the business. I didn't even know I pulled in front of the business. I just pulled in because it got real loud and I thought it was going to blow up. I wasn't sure what was going on. Anyway, I'm going through a separation and other things, but I started praying, and I was asking God, like, if you want me to fix this car, I need you to help me, because I don't have it. I don't know what to do. And I was praying and crying for and I mean praying, just emptying out my space of truth. Not necessarily asking for forgiveness, but literally confession in my prayer. I don't know why, I just did. And I didn't ask for forgiveness because Jesus said, don't do what you hate. And what I did, I liked it, and I had to make sure God understood and knew that I knew that He knew that I needed Him to know if He did, if I thought He did it, that I know He knew. This lady walks up to me. This was like 8 o'clock in the morning. This lady comes by. I didn't see her the first time. She was walking her dog, but the second time she came by. She came by and she asked me what was wrong, and I told her I wasn't sure, my car was broken. I don't have any money. I don't know what to do. She was trying to call a mechanic, and I was just like, I'm sorry, I don't know what to do. I don't mean to be any inconvenience in front of your business. And she was like, no, it's not an inconvenience. Just wanted to see if you was all right. I had seen you earlier, and I was outside felt like hours. I was there for hours. In fact, I was there until like 3 p.m. From 8 a.m. to 3 in my car. But this was early. This was like 9:30. The second time, I guess, and she made it aware that she had seen me when she walked her dog. I didn't really see her because I was in prayer. Fast forward, I had made a phone call to a religious leader, and I thought that was going to help me in a sense, but it actually didn't. It taught me a lesson, actually. It taught me a lesson. But I went into this grocery store that was next door, and I seen some girls. I tried to see if I can, because I didn't have my wallet. I didn't have anything with me. I had nothing. I had no money anyway, but I didn't have nothing with me even to get whatever I needed. I had to stop the guy. The person I called, she told me to ask someone to check my car, see if it's oil. And it was. I had no oil in my car. I didn't know that, but I didn't. But the guy, he checks and he's like, you have no oil. He leaves. He leaves. So now I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to do. Long story short, I see these 2 young girls in a vehicle coming up at the grocery store in the same parking lot. The person that I was on the phone with, she was like, look, I'll send you a few dollars through Cash App or Venmo or whatever, so that you can have oil to get home. I'm like, well, I don't have my wallet, so you can't send it to me. There's no way, I can't do anything from here. So I'm like, well, when I see the 2 young girls, I'm like, well, they definitely have like Cash App or Venmo or something. So initially I stopped them and I spoke with them. Beautiful, beautiful, sweet souls. Very, very gracious. They helped. And the person I was on the phone with, she's like, well, go and, see how much the oil is and stuff. And I'm like, okay, so we go inside the grocery store. We're looking for the aisle. And the manager, at least I thought he was the manager, he approaches us as if I assumed he overheard us trying to figure out where the aisle for the oil is. He goes down the aisle. He's like, what kind of oil is it? And one of the girls, because she actually walked over to my car and went under my hood and checked herself. She knew about cars, so I don't know anything about a car, but she knew a little something. So I went under there, and we go in there, and she tells us, I think it was 5W30. So we go down. He's walking down the aisle. He grabs like 3 or 4 quarts, and he goes out right out the door. He comes back, goes out the door, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe he's gonna put it in the car for me, and then we'll pay for the bottles. He'll bring them in and bring them up for us. So because he was like, and he left. And I was looking like, okay, he must be a manager. He has to be something, because no one does that around here. So he's at my car. He already knew where my car was. He's at my car. I popped the hood. He's under there. He's checking. And then he opens the thing and he's pouring very slowly. We're taking our time. He's letting it get through everything and checking that through and everything as well. And then the lady that came to me that morning, now by this time it's like 2 p.m. It's like 2 p.m. I told you, I'm in my car for hours. I initially should have mentioned that the lady told me, she said, I have to go take my husband to his doctor's appointment, his dentist appointment, and but you hold tight, and I'll be back. And in my mind, when she's out, and I was like, okay, but I'm thinking like, okay, she's probably gonna try to get in contact with the mechanic that she tried calling a few times that didn't pick up the phone. And I was thinking like, okay, that's really nice. But I never stopped praying. The whole time I was in my car, I never stopped praying. I need you to understand. I asked God, I need to hear you. I'm really good at listening and hearing God, but he's, no, please, of course. Yeah. And I was just like, I need to hear you, because it's kind of loud these past couple of days. I'm not understanding what you're telling me to do. And there was some things after that he was trying to, the Holy Spirit was trying to warn me about, but I couldn't hear. Long story short, the lady comes, I guess back from my appointment, and I'm not sure if that's her business, or she manages it or runs it or something that I was sitting in front of, but she comes from that way, and she's speaking to the guy. She's like, hi, I'm going to call him John for a namesake. She's like, hey, John. And he's like, hey, Casey. I'm going to call, that's what I'll call her. So they knew each other, and I was like, okay. And she walks up to me, and while he's under my hood with the girl, and she comes to me, and she puts some money in my hand. Neither one of us look, and she's like, I need you to get your car fixed, because you have angels with you, and they told me to give you this, and you have to get your car fixed. I broke down even worse. I was already a mess. That made my wreck even more, because no one understood how much I was just talking to God about my car. If that's not convincing enough, then to wrap this up, after all of that, she left. She left, and she came back. She brought me a water, and then she was like, did you eat? And she went to the grocery store, and they sell like hot food in there, and got a hot food plate, which I ended up giving to my son, because by the time I left at 3 o'clock, it was time to get back in the car line and pick him up. So I gave him that plate. I wasn't even hungry. I was a mess. There was no appetite in me. So the girls left. We exchanged numbers. He put the oil in my car. It was like a little leak. He was like, we need to get this taken care of. And then he came to me, and he's like, and neither one of them heard each other. They said this at 2 different times. He comes to me when he's completely done, and he hands me some money, and he's like, here's $200. I need you to get that fixed, because you have angels with you, and I'm just being obedient. I don't know what you think, but I just want to set this here, and I need you to hold on to that, because everything and everyone even a religious leader, like, this is not nobody but God. God will show you and reveal himself to you exactly who he is if you show him and reveal yourself to him exactly who you are, as you are, in truth and in fullness. Tell me what you think.